Dumb. All right, Kellen. Motocross the Nations. I think it's time for us to have this have this discussion. Team USA. I heard from people there was a team on Friday, and then there was no team on Saturday, and then maybe a team on Sunday. Like it seems like it's not going well, right? Do you hear the same things I hear?
Pretty much, yeah. I feel like I heard like 11 different names thrown around this weekend of who could be on the team and what combination that might be. And and then we hear, oh, Deegan is out. And then I see Pelletier having a very long conversation with Coker on Friday. And I'm like, oh, that's weird. Oh, maybe Webb. And then like it just is changing. It seemed like every hour. And I didn't think Pelletier looked like he was having too much fun this weekend when I saw him walking around.
I don't think so either. I think we see RJ and AP on 450s.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of – I think AP is a lock.
Yeah.
And then I think RJ is on there too, maybe. I don't know. And then I don't know for 250s. I heard the last thing I heard was maybe Mitch Payton's going to get a call. So Hammaker, I guess. I don't know.
But do you know, I thought that like Mitch, you know, he used to help a lot with the team and then like kind of got phased out a little bit. And I thought he had like some, you know, sour grapes with that a little bit.
I think he did, but I think as far as having a rider selected, he would support them.
Okay.
You know, like he used to go even when there was no pro circuit riders.
Right.
He would just go, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, we're at the point where we have a lot of riders, Deegan, Sexton, turning it down. Sexton for obvious reasons. I understand that. Deegan, not so obvious. I've said many times, Kellen, on this show, look, Deegan's not going to go, I don't believe. And the whole American thing that I talked about a few weeks ago, my DMs, when I put out there on Twitter that I don't think Deegan's going, my DMs filled up with people saying, oh, you got to get after him for the American thing and all this. And I'm not going to. I've never criticized riders for turning this race down. I understand it. Eli Tomac told us on this show it cost him $10,000. Maybe that was a private conversation. Anyways, $10,000 it cost them, you know, to fly people over. So like I'm not gonna. You lose. It's already 31 races. It's, you know, you have your downtime is very precious before you ramp it up for boot camp. We got these SMX races that are serious stuff. The guys got to keep practicing for. And Bradshaw turned it down. Stanton turned it down. McGrath turned it down. Plenty of greats have turned the Motocross of Nations down. So it's not like it's a new thing either.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to come down on anyone for saying I don't want to go or I don't feel ready to go. You have a different opinion.
Oh, not that I come down on them, but it bums me out because to me, the Motocross of Nations is such a massive thing to have earned in your career. And I remember hearing Zach talk about this where, like, if he's selected for the Motocross of Nations, it's because he did something good. Like, it's not because he rode terrible all year and then they're like, I guess we'll give Zach the Motocross. No, it's because he had a damn good year. Like, you earned the right to race for the USA. And like I said, I just feel like we've kind of lost that a little bit. And I get why. And I get why these guys are tired. And this season of all is definitely a little bit longer. And, you know, for Deegan being a rookie, having this long of a season, being in the title fight and the extra pressure of that as well, like, totally get it. I'm not saying I dislike him for selecting not to, but I just wish that we could get back to the somehow semblance of time where this event seemed to matter a lot more for these guys, where it seemed to be something that was really actually quite the honor to be able to race for the USA, because they would go there that weekend. They would go to France, and even if it's not a team that wins, they'd be bombarded by so many people that'd be so excited to have them there. And I feel like the teams and all that could do a much better job of merchandising and, you know, making videos of the event beforehand to, sell to sponsors and stuff like that to make money off of it instead of saying, woe is me, it's extra money, it's going to cost too much. Like, come up with solutions instead of complain. So that's where I stand on it, because I feel like you get to this point of the season and everyone's really tired, and I get it, but there's something so much greater than I feel like a lot of people give credit for on the line with going to this race and winning it for your country.
See, talking to AC, talking about me, cynical. Look, it is a country race, okay? But in a sense, like, it's so much easier for teams to go to France that are based over there, right?
Yeah.
And it's only in the USA every 3 or 4 years, right? So even more than that. Why should the Team USA guys pay out of their pocket to go? Why?
I mean, because everybody else, why should the Australian guys have to pay for it out of their pocket?
But Well, Australia is a different question because they're further away. But
Right.
I mean,
They have to
I don't
come
know.
farther.
I don't know if they do or not. I don't know how much money the federation raises. I don't know how that works. So maybe they're all covered. I don't know. The Canadian guys have it mostly covered through fundraising, things like that. But the USA guys do not. Partly because USA takes a shit ton of people.
Yeah, there's
and
so
they
much
ship,
personnel.
Yeah, and they
and-
ship 2 different bikes and all that
and,
stuff.
you know, again,
but why should it cost them money?
does it have to necessarily?
It does, absolutely. Why
Okay,
should it?
but I'm saying through fundraising, through merchandise, through sponsored videos, through working with Monster Energy had this huge event earlier this year where they said Star and Rinaldi and MotoGP are all one team now. We are Monster Energy Yamaha.
Mm-hmm.
And you're saying now that the Motocross of Nations is happening, you can't invite Hayden Deegan or Cooper Webb into the Rinaldi camp for that one weekend?
I don't think the teams would want to do that. Yeah, I don't think they want.
So
that
then they're
to
not
happen.
one whole team. They're just lying.
Well, okay,
That's what
but-
I'm saying. You know,
Well,
like,
yeah, I mean that you know as well as I do, Kellen. That's just all marketing.
I
BS.
know. So,
But like, you know, when I went with Timmy in 03, it cost Yamaha USA $30,000 to go.
yeah, I know it costs a lot of money. I get that.
And I flip it around. There's 50,000 people at these races, camping, watching. Maybe 50's high, 30, 40, I don't know. They're camping. There's sponsorships everywhere. There is one company that's making
I know.
millions off this race.
And they should be paying them.
Thank you.
Yes.
So why does the teams have to struggle to get there and fundraise to get there when one person, in the name of draping yourself in the flag, makes all the money? Like, what's wrong with the system? What's wrong?
Yeah.
What's wrong with that? Like
That part I
you
agree
can
with.
flip it around to the Olympics, and I would tell you, well, that's different. The Olympics are actually amateur athletes; they're not professionals. So I would flip it around to be like, they're amateur athletes. They don't make money. They're not really supposed to make money. They all do on the side. Or Michael Phelps and these guys, you know, they're millionaires, but 90% of them don't make any money because they're amateurs, and going to compete for your country is really the only thing that they have. The Olympics.
Yeah.
The motocross guys have, you know, world titles over there, national championships over here. They're making millions of dollars. It's more of a business. Why do they need to go for free or and spend money? The teams and the riders. Like, I would never come down on anybody for not going, a team or a rider. Not when In Front is printing money off this race. Nobody else is making money. It's just costing them money. To what? To go over there and have a bike break and then you're out of contention and like whatever? Like, dude, it's just, yeah.
Again, I'm not, like I said, I don't come down on the teams or the riders for not going either. And I agree with you that In Front should pay up more than what they offer, but I think it should be fair. I don't think that, yes, the USA is an attractive commodity for them. That doesn't make it right that they get way more money than Japan to come over or something
Sure it
like
does.
that.
Sure it does.
How is that a fair competition then?
Well, for example, if you form a band with Travis Marks and you're down the road and you're charging $100 for ticket, and then I can go see the Foo Fighters for $100 tickets, I'm going to go to Foo Fighters. They're bigger stars. They're more important than you and Travis Marks' band.
You're missing out.
But that's not a competition. He's not in the battle
but
of
I'm
the
just saying-
bands.
no, but I'm saying it's not a competition. But the USA are are rock stars. They are the you know, the number one, not the number one attraction, but they are a huge attraction for that race. They should get more money than Team Japan.
Okay, but I would only say that if somehow, some way they become part of the marketing side of it, where, okay, Team USA are going to pay more money to because they are going to be part of some show that we do or something like that.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
no, they're just lining up. That's the part of the show. If USA doesn't show up in the Motocross of Nations, the winning team will always have an asterisk there.
But the competition side of it should remain a competition. It shouldn't become the show.
Sure, I get that. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. You
yeah.
can't make it unfair. You can't pay them more.
It doesn't, whether you pay them or not, doesn't affect the competition.
Sure it does.
No, it doesn't.
If you pay the US $50,000 to come
Mm-hmm.
and you pay Japan 10 to come, they're going to have less resources. They're going to have less personnel. They're going to have less
They would have that
chance
anyways.
of having riders.
That does not mean anything when the gate drops. It doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't mean anything?
No, because Jeremy Coker's there and the Japan team manager isn't there. That's going to make a difference on the competition on the track.
What happens if they need more parts?
Well, they all have enough parts. I mean, they're going to bring enough
They
parts.
do?
Yeah, they're going to bring enough parts. I assume when you go to race Motocross of Nations, whether it's Janky Team Canada or Team USA, you bring spare parts.
Okay, but
You know?
you can bring less of them if you are paid less. You know?
I'm thinking more just flights for riders and
Yeah,
mechanics.
sure.
That's what I'm thinking.
I
You know?
agree. Like
Yeah, I'm
stuff
not
like that
Thinking
is
of parts.
Well, I'm
parts.
just saying I feel like in the fairness of competition, it shouldn't be just pay the superstars only. Like you pay all of them a fair sum to come.
Maybe you pay them on the distance traveled. You know?
Okay, I guess, yeah.
If you're in France, then if you're a UK team or a Europe team, you don't get really much. But if you're Japan, because Kellen apparently wants fucking Japan there. If you're Japan, Australia, America, Canada, you get more money.
Okay, yeah, sure.
I don't know.
I mean, I'm all for whatever idea it is to get all of
Like-
these guys interested in lining up. I'm with
But-
you there, but I still respect the fairness level of the competition side of it.
Yeah, I think you're taking it too far on that. But
Like you hate the ping pong balls, and I agree that it's not the fairest way to decide this thing either. But that doesn't make it so that you should only give the top guys first billing.
that's another thing.
Well, then
That-
it screws
now-
people over. Like if you know, let's say South Africa at one point was a powerhouse nation of the Motocross of Nations, and lately they haven't been great. But there's a chance that Langston and Rattray come rolling out of that country again at some point. And if they go to the line with a pre-established 18th gate pick because of all the prior year's history,
No, that's ping pong balls.
no, I'm saying, but you want to change it so that it's based off of like last year or whatever.
Well, how else are you going to base it? If you think ping pong balls are better?
My idea would be to do something like the ping pong balls, but in groups. So you put the
Well, now we're in a different topic.
okay.
So
yeah,
are we talking
continue.
about?
No, just go
Because
back to where we
I
were.
can start yelling about ping pong balls.
I know.
Because what a fucking joke that is. Hey, we're gonna have a bake sale. We're gonna sell our wives off for sex work. We're gonna have a bake sale. We're gonna sell the kidneys of our children to get the Motocross to Nations because we're a small country. But God damn it, we want to have our best riders there. And sorry about whoring out our wives. Sorry about selling the kidneys of our children. Sorry about the bake sale. But we got here. Whew! Got our 3 best riders. Let's go. We've got to get through Saturday qualifying, but we can do this. Oh, look, a monster chick pulled 38 from the outside gate. Well, sorry about the fucking kidneys and whoring out the wives. Like, how stupid is that? How dumb is that? Again, doesn't matter for Belgium, America, France. Doesn't matter. But the countries on the border, on the edge, the fact that they drop ping pong balls is just the ultimate shitting on you. Like, thanks for coming.
Yeah.
Let's shit on your face.
But then, so you think it's fair that before they even come, like I say, a country like South Africa or Brazil or one of those other borderline countries that you're talking about already has a pre-established disadvantage?
What's the disadvantage?
If from the previous year you put USA in gate 1 on qualifying,
Yeah.
and Brazil, who did not qualify in the year before they even send a
How about-
team, is going to be outside gates?
Okay, here's another idea. How about practice times, Kellen?
I mean, I could agree
Now
with that.
you earn your way into practice
Sure.
times. All right, calm down. We'll do
Okay.
practice times. So if you show up, you qualify and you get it. You get your gate pick based on Saturday qualifiers based on your practice times.
Okay.
So if the little South Africans show up and they're gnarly, they can get in. All right.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't. It's the system is broken when year after year, when the race is not in America, we seem to be struggling to put together a team. Some of it for results, some of it for contract reasons, some of it for costs, some of it for apathy, right? There's different reasons why. But outside of the American MXdNs, politics too, throw politics in that because the Cowie thing and Roger and all that. We can't seem to figure, you guys, we're good, Canada. You guys can't seem to pick a team in a straightforward process. Something's broken.
But I don't know. I feel like this is a very specific American problem, as you say.
That's what
Why,
I mean.
when
No,
it comes over to the U.S., are we not hearing like, well, Fevre doesn't want to go across the pond for 2 weeks, so I think he's going to stay back, and so they definitely have to pick Muscan off the couch.
Well, we don't know. That could be happening. We don't know. Like that
Doesn't seem to happen.
Well, I don't know. I don't have the pulse on every single team's, stuff.
That's what I'm saying, though. Like, it seems to be a very American problem, and I think part of the root of that, as you have alluded to, is they bring a lot of people, and if they could figure out how to do it cheaper and make money, it solves a lot of problems.
Motocross the Nations, catch the fever.
Yeah.
8 o'clock hour, 9 o'clock hour, brought to you by EVS Sports. You ever used anything from EVS?
Yeah, I had a neck brace from them for quite a long time.
What about when you mismatch your boots and helmet and gear?
Yep.
How's that going?
Oh, yeah, definitely great. Soul Rider.